Alright, my name is Tristan Jud, I'm from Perth. I'm a photographer. My background is that I originally was a web designer turned photographer. So my venture's called Fotoleaf.co. It started about, it's been an idea of mine for a long time, a good year, good 2 years or so, and about 4 to 6 months ago I realised I was turning 30, and I don't know, something just tweaked in my brain and I thought I've got to, do this, I may as well do it now. So spent a few months kind of playing around with the idea, seeing whether it would work and stuff like that, and then just before, or a couple of months before Christmas, just started coding it up and getting it going. So, it's still in its early stages, but yeah, that's kind of how it came around. So, kind of a mini midlife crisis at turning 30. Most social networks and things, they're based on some kind of popularity. So it's a popularity vote type thing, and that's fine and it works well, and it's cool, you get some great images. I wanted to create something that was easy for, say, new photographers to have their work found if their work was terrific. So it doesn't matter who you are, everyone's work has the ability to be curated, so put into a special gallery, and we base that on the photo itself, not the person uploading it. So it doesn't matter if the photo has 2,000 likes to it or something like that, that doesn't get it extra popularity. It comes down to what the actual photo is like. So we do have some kind of advanced algorithms running that do send photos through that could be worthwhile looking at, but the majority of it is human run and human picked. So that's kind of the basis around there. And then we wanted to bring communities back into the site as well, so we're developing a kind of a community module behind it, where people can discuss and chat, have a bit of a talk outside just the photo that they've posted. Yeah, I would say it's been very good. We launched our invite page, and the hosting that we were testing and trialling on kind of couldn't handle all the people we got signing up to it, so we had to move over to that. And at this stage we are just releasing it or inviting a small group at a time, just to get things going. But it's going well. I'm not one to dive in and get thousands of people signed up straight away. I'd like to fix the bugs where they are, with a small group, and then just roll it out slowly. But apart from that, yeah, it's been good. There's a lot of talk about it, a lot of people interested. Well, I mean, it could be huge, or it could stay extremely small and fizzle away. But I think if it's done slowly and it's built up slowly, and I take a lot of the user's input into how we design. So I set up the basics of it, and now the people in there testing it, trialing it, they can send through new ideas and stuff, and they all go into the mix and we start implementing them as they go. So I'm trying to build it in a way that everyone gets something out of it, or everyone's happy with it. And the other thing is, they want to talk to someone, they can. We've got to spend a lot of time setting up the support side of things, so if they want to chat and stuff, I'm always there for a chat. So potentially it could be huge. We'll see how we go. No, well, I mean, the co-founder, I suppose, would be my wife, who's the best tester out there, because she'll look at it and say, that's crap, do something else. So she would be, I suppose, the co-founder. She's the one who gets in there, sees everything first and does everything. We didn't take on any investors. Would rather just do it easily and none of the extra hassle involved. If investors came along, it would be something we would look at, of course, but it would have to be the right fit. Not interested in just taking them for their money. Yeah, there is a model for revenue. Obviously you can't run a site like this and not generate some kind of money out of it. It costs a lot to build, it costs a lot of upkeep and things like that. So we do have ideas to bring some kind of revenue into it, and hopefully sooner than later. We've spent a lot of time testing the site before we even went to beta, so hopefully we can skim through that relatively quickly and develop the special sections just for those people willing to, support the project a little bit. So yeah, eventually there will be revenue coming in. It just needs to be. We can't do it without money, otherwise that's a nightmare. It has been, especially in the last, say, month, it has almost been full time. As we got closer and closer. I originally wanted to release it kind of on my 30th birthday, which was earlier this month. That didn't happen, so it kind of annoyed me a little bit, so it kind of went full health at it, and it's up now. So at the moment it's fairly full time, and that's one of the reasons we need to look at getting a revenue model set up eventually, well, sooner than later type thing, so we can keep it running. But yeah, we still do all the work outside. So the next step will be, I suppose, launching the community aspect of it and the community side of things, and then launching into our revenue side of features that we've been building. We haven't done too much on them. We've got them kind of etched out, sort of, but now we've got to go in there and clean it up and get it running and test it a bit more. So that's kind of the main next step. Oh, I'm getting lots more people to use it. At the moment we're just going, I would like to get the Perth people behind it, and I have quite a few photography friends and things around the world that I'm inviting as we go along to get into it. So I'm hoping it'll just spiral kind of a word of mouth type of thing, which is always the best. And yeah, hopefully, with the Perth people, if they get behind it, Perth photography community is pretty strong. So if they all get behind it, it'll help a lot. Oh, finally getting it up. It's been terrific, it's been one of these things that, especially in the last 2 weeks where it's so close yet it's still so far. It's been such an effort just to get the final things done. So right now I'm extremely excited about getting it up there and out there and having it, running and people getting on it and using it. So every time someone posts a new photo, it's quite exciting. So at that stage I'm just in the glows and happiness of having people use it. Competitor, I don't really know. Because we're doing more of a curated thing than a popularity thing, we kind of skim through under the competitors a little bit, and obviously the major ones for every kind of social network, if you could call it that, is Facebook, Google+, things like that. Everyone's on them, so getting people to think about posting outside of them can sometimes be a bit difficult, especially everyone's on Facebook, isn't it? So what can you do? But hopefully it's unique enough and fun enough that people will try something different, and we don't compress the crap out of our photos, so they still look good. What I've found, and I've stayed away from looking into the whole startup thing too much, but what I've found, especially in the last few weeks when I've been looking, I think the Australian startup scene, there are quite a few good startups out there. There's quite a few people doing things, yet there's not a culture of really nurturing them too much. And we were talking about this before, I'm not sure why. It's only once they get to a certain stage that the Australian culture and get behind it and say this is terrific, but when you're starting out they don't seem to get involved as much as they do, say, in the US or the UK, where they're really kind of pushing and helping startups as much as possible. That's what I've found. I'm sure there are people out there that do that. I just done a few quick searches here and there and haven't found anything. that's why sites like yours is, you know, it's kind of cool. It's going to be helping, especially the Perth area, and you know, getting the name out there a little bit. So good on you.